In this video, I'd like to revisit a game that I mentioned in my 4 games I want to play in 2023 video, and that is the game Firmament by Cyan. It's not something I've talked about very much on my channel, but like I mentioned in that last video, they have announced their release date, and it is May 18th, which is shortly after Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out, and I'm probably going to, take a break from my Tears of the Kingdom live stream series and check out Firmament. And so in preparation for that, I recently realized that Cyan has actually been releasing like 2 images every Friday on Twitter, showing off the environments in the game and giving some preparation for it. Now, unlike Nintendo games and a lot of mainline games, Cyan does not really reveal the story in their games because discovering what the game is about is really central to the gameplay itself because they're so puzzle-based, and the story is revealed so much as you delve deeper and deeper into the puzzles and reading different things. And so images like the ones we're going to look at here, they really, I think, are pretty much the extent of what we're going to get as we wait for the game. And so I want to check them out with you. Let's go ahead and get started on that. So when Cyan actually announced the date of release, they did it along with this image here. Now, this game, I guess, has been described as sort of a steampunk style, and you can kind of see that as you look at this. As we go through these, feel free to tell me what you think in the comments, and let me know if the environments reveal anything to you in regard to what you think the story is going to be about. It's really hard to say, based simply on environments, but it's interesting sort of the technology they're showing off that's going to be in the game here. So it's sort of like a planetarium or whatever you call it. That's what it looks like to me here. But let's move on to another one. All right, so here's another one here. They're calling these Firmament Fridays when they're releasing these images. So make sure you go and follow Cyan over on Twitter because they're going to continue to do this until the game's released, from what I understand. But see a little bit more here. We get an idea of the plant life. I'm imagining this is almost like an underground tunnel, but I'm not sure. You see this window over here. I don't know. It looks like we're sort of towards the surface, actually. I don't know. And then we'll go to another one. All right. More of an indoor environment still here. Now, this game has been created, I guess, from the top down as a VR experience, although it is going to also be released in 2D. That's how I'll stream it when I play because, well, first of all, I sold my VR device not long ago, and 2D is a lot easier for streaming, but who knows, maybe someday I'll try it in VR. Yeah, it's going to be very VR compatible. That's kind of the primary way it was designed, but they tend to do a good job with both. All right, here is the next Friday release that they did. This kind of reminds me of an environment in Riven, just a little bit, some of the pipes and stuff, but also very different. It's really pretty. I've always loved sort of scenery with pine trees, with the greenery alongside the water and things like that. It's interesting how you're seeing sort of the technology combined with the natural environment. Very nice. Now, if you're unaware, like Cyan, they're the company that released the original sort of grandfather of adventure puzzle games, Myst, and then its sequel, Riven, which is excellent. I've played through those previously on the channel. Their most recent project before this one was Abduction. I think that was released in like 2013. That's really nice. It definitely looks very next gen. The original trailer for this, when you look it up on YouTube, it was actually released like 5 years ago. That's how long they've been working on this. I guess that like midway through development, they actually really restarted in a lot of ways to get some of the foundational elements right. There was a lot of blogs about it early on. I read a little bit of that and got an idea of some of the reasoning behind it, but it does look like a lot of their hard work paid off. It looks very present gen. Graphics look really, really pretty, at least from this angle. All right, up next here, it looks like they're showing off a little bit more of this sort of planetarium type of room. Looks like it's hard to say if these are like light bulbs or if it's supposed to be coming in from the outdoors, if this is underground, what this is. Looks very kind of royal. I don't know, there's like this intricate carpet here. Again, like just discovering the backstory of this world and what the purpose of all this is, the process of discovering that really is the purpose of the game. So that they just looks, unless I've totally missed it, it doesn't seem they've really released much plot at all. There's a little bit of dialogue in the original trailer, but it's kept very vague. But feel free to check that out. What's next here? Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, there seems to be a good amount of variety in the environments. I really like it. They always make their games so beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite genres in general, is adventure puzzle games, particularly the way that Cyan really invented it. They always do such a good job with them. All right, up next here, wow, getting even more of a picture of how they're sort of integrating the architecture and technology into the natural environment here. Yeah, this landscape is just gorgeous. Remember back with Myst, this looks even better, obviously, than Myst, even though Myst was pre-rendered, or Riven, you know. That's another thing I'll mention. It looks like a remake to Riven is actually also in process. I mentioned that in a previous video. So I'm looking forward to seeing Riven sort of with this kind of realism, completely remade. But yeah, you look at this stuff and then you compare it to, you know, the graphics in Myst or Riven, which looked really beautiful, but they were pre-rendered, and we just imagined, like, wow, what if they could at some point make all of these graphics be, you know, real-time 3D? You know, it has come to pass to the point that, you know, these graphics in real-time 3D have surpassed the pre-rendered graphics of things like Myst and Riven, so it's really something. A little bit more here. It looks like this is kind of part of that same environment. Very nice. All right, so that's it. That's all of the images that they have revealed so far, and it looks good to me. You know, if this is a game that you had already heard of, then make sure that you comment below what you like from Cyan, like when you heard about the game, whether this will be your first Cyan game if you tried it, or if you've played Cyan games before, tell me which one your favorite is, and give me some of your thoughts on all this artwork and what it's looking like. I'm excited, and definitely plan on playing this game in between my playthroughs of, you know, Jedi, Survivor, and Tears of the Kingdom. And this one I'm definitely looking forward to, probably maybe as much as the others, because, you know, I've been a Cyan fan for a long time. Yeah, make sure you comment below, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Eric, this is Crossplay Gaming. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff, and we'll see you around in the next video or live stream.